We come to the holy month of Hajj and the people don't understand that we go through the rituals. Every year we've gone through these rituals. You enter into the holy precincts, what lies before you is a house made from stones. Neither Allah is inside that house, but we are commanded to bow down. So we saw the wasila of drawing near to Allah. So anyone who enters into the holy precincts and any new person out there, we don't worship the Kaaba. Worshipness is only for Allah, but it brings us near to our Creator because it gives us a direction. The only purpose you have for the Kaaba is what? Is a direction that unifies the nation, and as a result they're commanded to come. Wherever you are, face the holy house, the first house of worship on this earth for the Creator. Face that direction. Allah's not in that stone structure, but we are seeking a wasila, a means in which to draw near to the Divinely Presence by being humble and following the command. And all of its haqqaiqs and realities awliya come and explain later, oh yeah, inside the Kaaba there are very precious souls. Those are realities later that the people of Marifah understood. But 99.99% of the nation that coming for Hajj, they don't know the reality. So what is it that they're doing by going for Hajj? So all of Hajj is a wasila, all of Hajj and all of the rituals of Hajj is a wasila, is a seeking of a means to draw near. Then they have Maqam al-Ibrahim and they say at this station, and you'll see it in the images of the Kaaba, it's like a glass dome over two footprints in concrete, which are neither his footprints because they don't have the feet of Sayyidina Ibrahim, and they tell you to pray 2 rakahs at maqam of Sayyidina Ibrahim. Why? Because Sayyidina Ibrahim was, his feet were there and they have that from that time? Or this was designed as a respect and ihtiram for Sayyidina Ibrahim, and they acknowledge to seek a means towards Allah's rida and satisfaction. We are a nation to make Allah happy and approach through humility. We pray 2 rakahs at the station of where 2 footprints of Sayyidina Ibrahim supposedly are. And again, you're not worshipping 2 footprints. If so, you're idol worshipper. So see how Prophet laid the foundation for Islam, that we are not a nation of shirk. Had he been worried about making partners with Allah, none of these rituals would have been ordered to be performed. If Prophet worried for his nation a shirk and making polytheist and making partner with Allah, we would not have been ordered to go to the Kaaba, which is stones, and we definitely would not have been ordered to pray 2 rakahs to the feet that are in cast images of 2 feet. But then what are these rituals? So the nation was not in danger of making partnership with Allah, of worshipness. It was a nation of humility. Why? Because the immense station of Sayyidina Ibrahim in reference to the Hajj. that he struggled in his life and built this house for Allah for his son Sayyidina Ismail. And in the corner of the Kaaba there's like a half circle connected that blocks off people. Inside there is buried the Prophet Sayyidina Ismail, who Wahhabis call Ahl Sunnah grave worshippers, to insult them and say bad words against them because they neither have taqwa and neither they understand wasila and neither they have any struggle in Allah's way that's acceptable. And as a result Allah makes the entire nation make tawaf, circumambulate the holy Kaaba with the body of a Prophet buried right there. Why? Because the circumambulation of a holy Prophet is not an act of worshipness because you're not worshipping the Prophet but you're seeking a means and tabarak. So even there they jump over the half circle hoping and praying to pray 2 rakahs over the maqam of Sayyidina Ismail. For what? Tabarak. So wasila is our entire life, tabarak is the people whom continuously seeking out blessings. They kiss the black stone because they feel it's a reality from paradise. They see it's a ruh from paradise but in reality it's an angel from paradise that witnesses all those who come to be present, all those who come to make tawaf. It's a wasila, it's not something you worship but seek a means towards Allah to receive tabarak. Our life like a video game, continuously seeking a means because this is the way of humility. I seek a means unto my Lord, that my Lord I'm a weak servant, I'm far from all of these realities, I seek a means towards you in life. So you see how 99.9% of the nation dying to go for Hajj all accept all these rituals and the hypocrisy that shaitan puts them in, that they deny the tariqas. So which one is right? Are you a hypocrite that you went for Hajj and you did every type of wasila and thought you got tabarak, and you come back and say that the tariqas are not on truth? You see now then the hypocrisy of the nation. They do something then they deny everyone else in doing that in everyday life. They go for Zamzam to take a water, why don't they just buy the water from Costco or from the Kentucky Fried Chicken across the street from the Kaaba? They brought all of these fast food chains in that area, why they don't drink the Pepsi and say that this is a blessing too? But they seek a means towards the realities of paradise, that the holy Zamzam it must be flowing from the realities of paradise because they don't know the haqqaiqs and they never accompanied awliya. But in their heart and soul Allah put within them, seek a means towards me, and they are absorbing the Zamzam. They take gallons of it home, drinking it all day while they're on the Hajj. Why? It's a wasila, it's a means in which to draw near to Allah's Divinely paradises and fountains of realities, and as a result it's an immense tabarak and blessings. Everything of the Hajj, everything of Safa Marwa, everything that they're doing, even they're going to Jabal Rahmah all the way up to Jabal Rahmah, and then making their qurban, and we described all the realities of the qurban as a wasila, a means to Allah. Ya Rabbi, I'm reenacting all these rituals that Sayyidina Ibrahim gave to us, which are the examples of faith. These are the wasilas and the example of seeking a means towards Allah, reenacting that in our daily life. Our daily life is to struggle, our daily life is a nation of sacrifice, and in the end we reach the Jabal Rahmah and say, Ya Rabbi, maybe my sacrifices were not correct, maybe my character, I didn't do all that you asked of me to do. And then Allah grant from infinite rahmah and mercy, I give to you a tremendous ransom. Ransom means something that you would have been held accountable for, Allah granting us a ransom as a relief, that I would have held you in difficulty for what you have done, and you're ransoming yourself out of that difficulty. What Allah uses for these words is immense, is that I would have held you accountable for coming to this earth, wasting time, wasting ni'mat, wasting blessings, and I would have grabbed you and placed you where most likely we would have deserved to be. But we have ransomed, we paid and got our way out. By how? By qurban. Even if it's a chicken or an egg that you have, it's a means in which Allah is saying, seek a means even out of your difficulty. When you know that you're going to be held in a dungeon to be asked, what have you done wrong on this earth? Allah gives us even at that time a wasila, seek a means out of your difficulty. And they give from what they earned and they ransom themselves out of difficulty for themselves, their families and their loved ones. And this becomes immense tabarak, because they don't know what Allah was counting, what He was judging, what He was counting against our accounts. And immediately by that reality Allah's wiping these accounts to be clean, because Prophet says, what happens when we come down from Arafat and the qurbans begin to be sacrificed? فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَارْ. What Allah sha'ni huwa kal abtar, that we have cut off all your enemies. You come off of Hajj, whether you spiritually performed your Hajj with intention or you physically went for Hajj, we come down on Eid pure and purified, enemies cut from the believer. The enemy that most dangerous, the shaitan within the servant. That's why that shaitan, don't do these things, don't fast that day, don't give your qurban, don't do all these things. So we see that the life of the hujjaj and the people whom maybe once in a lifetime they're going to make Hajj. Once in a lifetime they're going to try to make a Hajj, and this is again 99.99% of the nation. What about those whom Allah guides to tariqas? Every day is a Hajj for them, every single day is a Hajj for them, because the guidance they receive, the practices that they're encouraged to do, every day is a Hajj. Every day they're praying with a consciousness, every day they're sacrificing, being told through the teachings, look and make a hisab, make an account of yourself and sacrifice. Find these bad characteristics, stop them, stop drinking, stop smoking, stop yelling, stop fighting. This is a Hajj, and your life is being taught, be humble and seek a wasila, seek a means. So say, why do you have a shaykh? He's a wasila, more powerful than the footprints, more powerful than the rocks. Why? Because Allah built him and men built that house. The house that they pay $20,000 a ticket to go to see, men built the house. That's not from paradise. That house from paradise was lifted, and many times that house fell down and the men built that house back. But what Allah built? The hearts of men. Men build structures and Allah builds men. And I bloom to him of my spirit, and that's why we call the awliya, they are Kaabas and they are Qiblas. Because we just explained, you don't worship the house, you don't worship the footprints, you don't worship the Zamzam, you don't worship the rocks. So that which Allah built, they're wasila. And what Allah described for those who have to follow a shaykh, ittaqullah, have a consciousness and seek a wasila. If you need an attorney in this dunya, or you need an accountant in this dunya, or you need a doctor in this dunya, then Allah said, what, then you don't need a shaykh? For your most difficult journey, your most important journey and the most eternal journey. Well, your legal issues die when you die. May go to your children, have problems, but it's dead for you, there's no more. But the wasila of a shaykh is for your entire eternity, in which Allah describes, seek a means. As a result of accompanying them, following their teachings, it becomes a wasila for you. Everything you recite becomes a means in which you to receive. Every knowledge you're achieving is a means in which you to achieve your paradise realities. And being in their presence is a tabarak and blessings. Just like the tawaf of the Kaaba, as soon as you come into their presence, their soul and their reality witnesses the servant more powerful than the Hajj al-Aswad.